mod demonstration video for Dr. Nukenstein's Quintower Manor for Skyrim Special Edition. This is Quintower Manor, a custom player home located just outside of Whiterun. Just before White Watch Tower and near Shimmermist Cave. And there's Battleborn Farm just down the road by Hrothgar, and it's right off the main road, and it's an ideal place for a player home because this path was actually already here. All I had to do was build the home and place it. Of course, Quintower meaning 5 towers, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 towers. It is Hearthfire's based architecture, and there goes that afflicted guy. Comes with a horse, free horse, with his little stable. And nice porch light. It does not turn off in the daytime and on automatically at night because it's fire. Fire doesn't do that. There's no electricity here. So this is the entrance. This is a 3-level house. There are weapon racks on either side of the door, as well as around the top of the first of the entryway. Weapon racks, plaques with the shield rack, chair, bench. There is a display case that will hold 5 daggers, as well as one that will hold a single weapon, such as a sword or a bow, or a battle axe, warhammer, that sort of thing. A couple of mannequins right here in the front, weapon plaques and shield racks, shield buttons right next to them, a couple of weapon racks here. Then you go into the main, this is the second floor. The alchemy lab and an enchanting table with a chest full of enchanted items, unenchanted circlets and such, that you can either use these enchanted items or disenchant them to learn their enchantments and craft better ones. It's also a selection of soul gems, so that filled soul gems as well as empty, so that you can get started with your enchanting. There is an empty strong box to put. I usually put items that are already enchanted, like amulet of Zenithar, necklace of whatever, ring of this or that. Just put enchanted. I just put enchanted jewelry in here. This one I usually use for unenchanted jewelry items, rings, circlets, necklaces, that sort of thing. but of course you can use it for whatever you want. Over by the alchemy station, there is a chest containing all the ingredients from all over, including those exclusive to or added by Dawnguard, Hearthfires, and Dragonborn DLCs. Most of them. I don't believe I did add the thing. Actually, I don't think I did add the ingredients found only in Dawnguard. So I take that back. I'm not sure if I did or not. But there's plenty here to get you started with alchemy. There's a chest here that you can put whatever potions that you've made, as well as a book of alchemical recipes for, let's see, restore health, restore magicka, cure poison, resist, cure disease, fortify carry weight, invisibility, and then let's see, resist fire, resist frost, resist shock, and a second section of the book that covers poisons, and on like that. Fear potion, paralysis. There are other recipes that you'll find in the world. This is by no means a complete record. It's written more from the perspective of an intermediate alchemist, not so much a professional master alchemist who knows everything. A staff enchanter with place to store a couple of staves, a chest containing unenchanted staves, and one custom recipe for a staff that casts unrelenting force. You do need to have and unlock the unrelenting force shout, and it requires 5 grand soul gems, filled grand soul gems. The other staves recipes require heart stones. I did not put that limitation on it so that you don't have to go to Solstheim. You just have to have and unlock unrelenting force. Bookcases that are just randomly filled with books, vanilla books, a couple of little reading areas. This bookcase contains all the spell tomes that you can find, including those. This does include Dawnguard and Dragonborn. There's the Ash Rune, Conjure Ash Guardian, Conjure Bone Man from the Soul Cairn, on and on. Conjure Seeker from Apocrypha, Wrathman from the Soul Cairn, Conjure Ash Guardian, Ash Spawn. None of these were modified, so just as it says, you will need a Heartstone or else it will be hostile to you. So all those are vanilla as far as their setups go, but like I said, it does contain all spell tomes, and this cabinet contains all the skill books from the game. As you can see, I've read a few of them so that I could start the game a little bit ahead. And each of the 5 towers contains a display room. So you have an armor mannequin, storage for excess armor pieces, 2 shield buttons, and plenty of racks for a given weapon type, material, say dwarven. So you could put battle axe, warhammer, great sword, sword, war axe, mace, bow, and then daggers. In here you'll find, I mean, you run across various named and enchanted daggers in each material, such as keening or bloodthorn or nettlebane and blade of woe, stuff like that. And as I said, each room is set up the same. Armor mannequin, storage chest, enough racks for each weapon, dagger case. You can set these up however you want. I usually I don't usually assign one for like fur and leather and iron. I'll do, dwarven, elven, glass, ebony, daedric, and dwarven, and dragon bone. So there are 5 of those on the first floor. This is where you enter the house, but this is the second floor, our ground level. Up here in the top level, there are, of course, the top halves of the towers with also display setups just like the ones that were downstairs. And each door has a weapon rack above it. What I use these for, I put either a battle axe or some other two-handed weapon of whatever type of armor or collection is in that particular room. So if I were to put glass, armor, weapons, shields in here, I would put a glass battle axe up above the door so that I could just come home from a hard day of adventuring and say, alright, well, I've got a bunch of glass stuff to offload. Where's my glass room? Oh, there it is. And like I said, same here, different material. Several armor mannequins around the room for any excess or custom pieces. Another storage room over here, display room over here. Elder Scroll display cases, Dragon Priest masks, displays, including those for Dragonborn, claw displays, and actually only 9 rooms of the towers because there are 5 towers, 2 levels, 10 rooms. Only 9 rooms have the armor and weapon display setups. This room has a complete smithing setup. You have your workbench, grindstone, an anvil, forge, and a miniature smelter, a tanning rack, and a chest containing tons of ingredients, dragon bones, leather, ores, ingots, pelts, stall rim, veiled deer hide and saber cat hide, werewolf pelt, troll skulls, netch leather from Dragonborn, on and on, firewood for crafting arrows, chitin plate for making chitin armor from Dragonborn, bone hawk for making dawn guard, mostly jewelry, the necklaces and the rings that you can make, and as I said, more mannequins with displays, and also all divine shrines, and that's the top floor. A couple of dragon skull decorations. Now, the bottom floor is the living quarters. Plenty of room for multiple followers if you have a multi-follower mod. This is the player's bed, the big double one. Everyone else will pick a bed and sleep in it, and you can pretend that they store their stuff in these wardrobes, or you can actually put stuff in it. Seating areas, more beds back here, more beds over here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, well, that's yours, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So there's sleeping for 31 plus yourself, and this house is not set up for adoption or marriage. That's a complicated process that I have not gotten into. I did look it up, tried to make it compatible without actually, just stealing someone else's work. So I just left it like it was. There's an oven, cooking spit with a nice little cooking fire, plenty of food, table place settings, plenty of seating, storage for ale and wine, as well as food, spare food laying around, frozen food in the ice chest over here, which makes, there is, if you look closely, you can see wisps of frost, of cold air blowing across it. When I placed these in the creation kit, because I wanted the effect of, oh look, there's ice. It's there's like cold air coming up off the ice. I did not realize that it would automatically include the sound of, you know, wind blowing. So yeah, there's that. That's the loud roar you hear if you stand here long enough. Nice dragon head or dragon skull again, because, you know, why not? And as I said, that's your plenty of room for followers if you have a multi-follower mod. There is no access to the outside of the towers. The original iteration of this mod that I did, that I made, you could go up to the second level, like so, into any of the top towers rooms, and there was a hatch or a ladder that would take you up to the top of the towers, which had neat little observation platforms. But I also, well, I had to remove it because let's see, TCL. I had to remove it because random Whiterun guards were popping in and out constantly, opening a door, closing a door, opening a door, closing a door, open a door, close a door, and it was, you know, ka-choo, 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 and it got really annoying while I was trying to work. So there's no access up here other than clipping. I may add that in later if I can keep NPCs from just barging in, making themselves at home. There, you will probably notice lighting issues, flickering and whatnot as you pan around. It's not, it shouldn't cause any kind of trouble like that, you know. It shouldn't affect you if you're sensitive to strobing effects and like that, unless you're hypersensitive to it. But it is there. What else? As I said, above each display room, a weapon rack so that you can store an identifier up there. Now, with a multi-follower mod, or and a mod like My Home is Your Home, this place can fill up pretty quick. There are idle markers all around. There's a sweeping marker. They can come over here and lean against the wall. They'll come over here and work the oven. They'll work the cooking spit. They'll lean up against this post. They'll lean against that post. They'll lean against that post. They'll sit in the chairs. They'll come and sit on top of this chest. And of course they'll use the beds. They'll also sit on the beds. Sometimes you'll see one laying in the bed and another one sitting near the foot of the bed. And that's for all of the beds. They each have both a sitting and a sleeping marker. They'll sit at the tables. Sometimes when they sit down, they'll knock these plates around the room. You'll come in and there'll be food all over the floor, and you just pick it up, go put it over here in the chest, or grab it and put it back on the table. But you'll just have to constantly do that. So, like I said, this place, once you get this place filled with followers, it becomes difficult to navigate. They don't all follow a sleep schedule. So you will find some going to bed at 7 o'clock in the morning, others going to bed at 7 o'clock at night, and 2 o'clock in the morning there's people all over the place, and like 3 people sleeping. But 10 o'clock in the morning there's 3 people milling about down here and 30 people sleeping. It just depends on how many followers you can get, and assign them here and tell them, okay, you know, I dismiss you, but this is where they'll go. So, like I said, the full alchemy setup, enchanting setup, smithing, plenty of display for armors. Nothing's really locked to a specific, like you know, like this is not just for ancient Falmer armor or anything like that. You can put anything on here you want. You want to put them in robes, rags, ebony, daedric, whatever, you know, however you want to dress them. They're not limited to that. More weapon plaques and shield buttons, and pretty much that's what Quintower Manor is all about. It's not for the squeamish, and not for the weak of system. If you're running Skyrim Special Edition on an i3 or an i5 processor, you might have some frame rate loss because of how much stuff is in here and the lights, but I'm running an i7, so I don't have any issues with that. Your mileage may vary, not guaranteed to work with anyone's system. This is dependent on all 3 official DLCs, which if you've got Skyrim Special Edition, you have all 3 official DLCs. And basically that's it. So hope you enjoy it.